Hi everyone. Today I recorded 3 games of my climb to Diamond on my new account in a 103 win streak. For those with lower levels, this is what I think is the best Nod deck below level 22. On 22 you will be able to optimize it with cyber wheels because you have a new scouting unit and this changes up the game quite a lot. If you are interested in my thoughts which build is the best at different levels, feel free to let me know in the comments below. So let's check out the first game. So in this game, I start with Militants to scout, and I see that he builds Marauders very early to rush my Harvester. So here I block them with my Militants to give me more time to build a second pair of Militants. Now he built up Flamers, which is bad for me because my only anti-infantry unit is the Buggy, and this is bad against the Marauders. On the other hand, the Flames are stronger than my Militants, so I mix it up. I block him a bit, and then my Buggy takes down his Flame Troopers, while my Militants take down his Marauders. Now, because he rushed, he has to build a Harvester late, and he's very behind on economy. So I just position myself onto the pads. I make an aggressive move to damage his base and put pressure onto him. I build a second Buggy, and since he built laser squads, it's an okay trade for me. So here my Flamers are doing work against his base, and he has to build something which can battle everything. So it seems like he is out of options and just lets me finish his base. And this is how you defend an early rush. Okay, let's check out the second one. This one was quite intense because my units are only level 7, 8, 1 level 9, and he is level 10 and mostly 11. So let's see how this goes. Again, we will watch it from my perspective. So as always, I build Militants to scout. This is even more important since he has higher levels, so I have to know what I'm up against to build hard counters. He goes for the top pad, and I thought he might put on his rocket troops to stall. But here he wants to go for my Harvester. Probably he's used that everyone in his league builds double Harvester, so he expects me to also do this. I built some not mods for his dogs, and I position my militants for the bottom pad. Since my bikes took care of his dogs, I expected him to build something against the bikes, and my militants are strong against that. So this is what he did. He sent down some lasers, rocket troops, and I outmicroed him there. So here I switch again. I let my militants fight his rocket troops. I built a flame squad, and first I wanted to go for his base, but he built some snipers, which normally my flamers would have been very good against, but since he's 2 levels up, they lost. So here I used my tank to fight his snipers, because it will not lose to the tank. The tank will not lose to the snipers, and yeah, quite an unusual way to go, but it worked. So here I just stall, I block the pads, I send my cyber wheels down to attack his Talon, and he gets the stall, but I can I can clear the top pad with my flame troops and finish the game. So here you see how you can outmicro your higher level opponent. Of course, if he was the same skill level than you, this would probably not work, but I wanted to show that you can win against higher levels if you are the skilled, if you are the more skilled player. Okay, let's have a look at the last game. This one has a very surprising ending, so make sure to stay tuned until the end. Alright. As you could have guessed, I open Militants and then Harvester. I see his laser troops, and I think he wants to stall and go onto the top pad. So I build a second militant squad and send them up. Now I realize that my level 7 militants, even if they hard counter his lasers, they will lose to 2 level 10 lasers on defense position, which I think is hilarious. So I expected him to build something against my militants and build it Buggy, which was not the best decision, but then the Buggy can occupy the bottom pad and I send my militants up. I took the first missile quite easily and now I occupy all pads. But now the trouble starts. He has chem troops which are very good against my militants, and I have to fight them with the Buggy. I wanted to go for his base, but unfortunately he moved his chem troopers down and started attacking my flame troops. Here I tried to do some damage to his chem warriors, but of course it does not do very much. At this point, I think from my perspective he could just overthrow me with his levels and units, since I can't fight them very quickly. Yeah, here I thought I might go for his base again, but his obelisk does some work. On retrospective, it would have been much smarter to move up and not to deal with the obelisk. And okay, here he could have won if he just sent his chem warriors onto the pad, but he didn't. So I moved my Buggy, and I now realize I can't push the pads. And I'm thinking, okay, how can I win this game? My Banshee is the only unit which is not affected by his obelisk, and I think, okay, maybe a base kill is the way to go. He builds his berserkers, but he does not get what I will do. So my flamers get to do some work, and he moves up his chem warriors. Now my game plan is just to stall, because I realize that even when my Buggy is hard countering his berserkers, they will still lose with level 8 to level 10. Yeah, so here I move up my Banshee to stall. He arrives with his rockworm. I want to stall a bit more, but I lose the missile. So I continue pressuring his base, and I try to kill his rockworm to buy me some more time. I get it before it burrows, and my flamers continue to mold down his base. I move in with my lasers, which then seems to be not the best idea in the world. So I send everything against his base again. He builds another obelisk, and unfortunately he gets my Buggy. Okay, he now realized that he missed my flamers taking down his base, and yeah, I win by thinking outside the box and going for my second win condition. Yeah, so this is what I think is the best deck to climb or not. If you have cyber wheels, I think you can change it up. But for the first few tiers and levels, those are units which are available very early. I think the last one is the Banshee, and probably yeah, once you unlock Nord, you almost have all these units. You have an opening unit. You have a very efficient unit to deal with early game. You have the Nod mod, which can counter, for example, talons. The Buggy will counter infantry, which will obliterate the militants, for example, flamers and chem troops. I also found out that it's not bad against something like Talon, or maybe even if your opponent already has Razorback, then it can hold the pads against the Razorback. And yeah, the Predator tank is to put on pressure and play fast, because if your opponent is higher level than you and he gets to his tech unit, as you saw in the last game, even if he's not that great, he can just push you off the pad. And since they have so much health, you will not be able to kill them in time, even with hard counters. And the Banshee is to counter siege style. So, for example, if your opponent has an MLRS or something similar, or even a Basilisk, you have the option of building Banshee for anti-air and fighting back, fighting units which are more in the back and sieging your pads. So yeah, then thank you everyone so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to Level Up Gaming, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Bye.